When people try to imagine how big the universe is, they often begin with numbers. They think of miles, light years, and giant distances that stretch across the sky. But numbers alone do not help much, because the universe is far larger than anything we can count easily. So instead of beginning with numbers, let us begin with something simple. Let us begin with the smallest place you know. Imagine yourself sitting in your room. It is a space you understand without thinking. You know the walls. You know the floor. You know how far it is from your bed to your door. Your room feels like the perfect size because you can see every corner of it. You can walk from one side to the other in just a few steps. Nothing inside your room feels too far away. Everything fits inside your mind at once. Now imagine stepping just outside your room. Suddenly, the world becomes a little bigger. There are more objects, more walls, more sounds, and more space. You can still understand it, but it feels wider than before. Your home has rooms, hallways, stairs, windows, and things that stretch further than your arms can reach. You can no longer see everything from one spot. You have to move around to understand it. Then imagine stepping outside your home. The world becomes bigger again. There are streets, houses, cars, buildings, and people. Your city feels enormous compared to your room. You could walk for hours and still not see every part of it. You begin to understand something very important. Size depends on where you stand. Something can feel small when you are close to it and huge when you step away from it. This is the perfect way to understand the universe. To understand something very big, you begin with something very small. Think for a moment about Earth. Earth is the planet that carries you, feeds you, shelters you, and spins gently through space. You live on Earth your entire life, yet Earth itself feels invisible most of the time. You only see tiny pieces of it at once: a city, a beach, a mountain, a sky. It is easy to forget that the ground beneath you is a giant sphere turning in the darkness of space. You cannot see the whole Earth from the ground, so it does not feel huge, but it is already far bigger than you can imagine in one moment. Now imagine standing high above the Earth, far beyond the clouds, far beyond the airplanes, far beyond the weather. Imagine looking down and seeing the entire planet at once. Oceans swirling in blue, continents shaped like scattered puzzle pieces, swirls of white clouds drifting like soft spirals. From that view, your city would look like a dot. Your home would disappear. Your room would vanish completely. You would realize that the place that once felt big is only a tiny piece of something much greater. This is how size works in the universe. Every time you step back, the world expands. Every time you zoom out, the picture grows. Your room fits inside your home. Your home fits inside your city. Your city fits inside your country. Your country fits on Earth. And Earth fits in the universe like a grain of sand resting in a vast desert. The universe is not only big. The universe is bigger than anything the human mind was ever built to understand naturally. But that does not mean we cannot try. In fact, trying is what makes it magical. Trying allows us to stretch our imagination until it reaches places our feet never could. The journey we are about to take is simple, but it grows step by step. We will begin with your room. Then we will move to Earth, then to the Moon, then to the Sun, then to the solar system, then to the Milky Way, and finally to the edges of the observable universe, where light becomes ancient and distance becomes almost impossible to measure. You do not need complex formulas or scientific words to understand this journey. All you need is curiosity. The same curiosity a child feels when they open a book for the first time and discover that the world is much larger than they ever believed. In this journey, we are going to walk from the smallest space you know to the largest space that exists. We will do it gently, slowly, and clearly, the same way you would explain it to a 5-year-old without losing the beauty behind it. The universe is waiting outside your window. Let us open it. Let us begin. To understand the size of the universe, we must begin with something familiar. We begin in your room, because your room is a space that your mind already knows. You can look around and see every part of it without moving much. You can reach your desk, your bed, your window, and your door within a few steps. Your room feels safe because nothing inside it is confusing. Every object has a place. Every corner is clear. This small space feels complete. Now imagine stepping into the hallway outside your room. You immediately feel the world growing larger. Your home stretches wider than your arms can reach. You cannot see everything in one glance. You must move from one room to the next. In your home, there are walls, doors, floors, colors, sounds, and objects that did not exist inside your room. This is your first lesson about scale. Even the space you live in every day expands as you move through it. Next, imagine leaving your home and stepping outside. The moment you do, the world expands again. Houses line the streets. Cars move past you. Buildings rise above you. People walk in different directions. Your city becomes a maze of roads, parks, lights, and distant places that you may never reach in one day. If you tried to walk through your entire city, it would take hours, maybe days. This is your second lesson about scale. Something can feel enormous simply because you cannot hold all of it in your eyes at once. From here, imagine rising upward, slowly, as if you are being lifted into the sky. First, you rise above the rooftops, then above the tallest buildings, then above the entire city. Now the city that once felt huge looks smaller. It becomes a pattern of streets and blocks that look like they were drawn with careful lines. You cannot see individual people anymore. You cannot see cars. The city becomes a picture instead of an experience. Keep rising. Higher than the clouds, higher than the airplanes, higher than the weather. Soon the world beneath you transforms into a curved horizon. Land begins to show its shape. Oceans reveal their size. The thin blue air that surrounds Earth becomes visible, like a fragile shell. Now you can finally understand the planet you live on. Earth is a giant sphere spinning silently in space. It is covered in deep blue oceans, wide continents, drifting clouds, frozen poles, and warm forests. More than 7 billion people live on it. Every one of them belongs to families, cities, and countries. Every one of them has a home, but from this height, none of those homes can be seen. No person can be seen. No building can be seen. The largest mountains look like wrinkles on the planet's skin. The oceans look endless. The land looks like pieces of a puzzle that fit together in calm silence. From this view, your city is gone. Your home is gone. Your room is gone. All the things that felt big and important a moment ago have become too small to notice. This is your third lesson about scale. The size of something depends entirely on where you are standing. Earth itself is enormous compared to your life. It would take you more than one full day just to fly across it from one side to the other in an airplane. It would take months to walk through all the continents. It would take a lifetime to explore every country. Yet in the universe, Earth is tiny. It is smaller than dust compared to the space around it. Earth is like one grain of sand resting in a field of countless grains. It is precious, but small. It is alive, but quiet. It is beautiful, but fragile. And it floats through the universe with no effort, following a path created by gravity and time. This is the first step of your journey. Your room fits into your home. Your home fits into your city. Your city fits on your country. Your country fits on Earth. And Earth is ready to lead you deeper into the universe. Once you understand how small Earth truly is, you are ready to take the next step outward. A step toward the moon. A step toward the sun. A step toward the space that stretches far beyond our planet. Now that you have seen Earth from above, let us take the next step outward. The first place we visit is the Moon. The Moon feels close because you can see it almost every night. It hangs in the sky like a glowing circle that watches over the world. Sometimes it looks full and bright. Sometimes it looks thin and curved. It feels calm, gentle, and familiar. But the Moon is much farther than it looks. Imagine driving a car toward the Moon. If you could aim your car straight upward and keep driving without stopping, it would take several days to reach the Moon, even at very high speeds. The Moon is more than 300,000 kilometers away from Earth. If Earth and the Moon were placed side by side, the Moon would look much smaller. You could fit almost 4 moons across the width of Earth. Yet even with this small size, the Moon controls the ocean tides, affects the rhythm of life, and keeps Earth steady as it spins. When you stand on Earth, the Moon looks tiny. But when you reach the Moon, the Earth suddenly becomes the giant. If you stood on the surface of the Moon and looked back, Earth would shine in the sky, much larger than the Moon ever appears to us. It would look like a glowing marble of blue, green, and white, floating above the gray, silent surface of the lunar ground. This is your 4th lesson about scale. Things can trade places depending on where you stand. Now let us leave the Moon and travel toward the Sun. The Sun is the closest star to Earth, but it is still extremely far away. Light from the Sun travels at an incredible speed, faster than anything we can imagine. Yet even at that speed, it takes more than 8 minutes for sunlight to reach Earth. If the Sun suddenly disappeared, we would not know until 8 minutes later. That distance is enormous. The Sun itself is far larger than Earth. You could fit more than 1 million Earths inside the Sun if it were hollow. It is a giant ball of burning gas, bright enough to light our entire world, warm enough to keep our oceans liquid, and powerful enough to pull every planet in the solar system into its orbit. The Sun is so huge that even the Moon, which feels close and familiar, becomes insignificant in comparison. Imagine standing next to a basketball. That basketball represents the Sun. Now imagine placing a tiny pea next to it. That pea represents Earth, and the Moon would be the size of a small grain of sand orbiting the pea. This is how different their sizes are. The Sun is not a warm lamp in the sky. It is a blazing, roaring star that gives life to everything on Earth. Now imagine slowly drifting away from the Sun. As you move farther, Earth becomes a tiny dot. The Moon becomes invisible. Even the Sun begins to shrink. But something strange happens. While the Sun becomes smaller in your view, space becomes larger. It stretches in every direction without edges or walls. It does not look like the world you know. There are no buildings, no roads, no clouds, no colors, no sounds. Just an endless dark ocean with one burning star behind you. The distance between planets is so great that if you place the Sun at one end of a long football field, Earth would be only a few steps away near the goal line. But the outer planets would be far beyond the field, down the road, and into the next neighborhood. Space is mostly empty. The Sun and planets are tiny lights, scattered across a huge dark canvas. As you continue to move outward, you begin to understand something important. Earth is small compared to the Moon. The Moon is small compared to Earth. Both are small compared to the Sun. And the Sun, which feels impossibly large, is only one star out of billions in a much greater structure. That structure is the next part of your journey. The solar system leads you toward the Milky Way, and the Milky Way leads you towards something even larger. The universe is about to grow again. As you drift farther away from the Sun, something unusual begins to happen. The planets that once felt separate start to fall into a kind of pattern. They spread out in a long, elegant circle around the Sun, each one following its own invisible path. These paths are called orbits, and they keep every planet moving through space like dancers in a perfect, silent rhythm. This entire collection of the Sun, the planets, their moons, and countless smaller objects forms the solar system. When you imagine the solar system, you might picture the planets lined up neatly in a row, like marbles on a table. But the real solar system is nothing like that. It is enormous. The space between planets is so wide that you could travel for months and still not reach the next one. If the sun were the size of a large ball in the center of a field, Earth would be a tiny pebble nearby, and Neptune would be another pebble placed several blocks away. Most of the solar system is empty space, stretching so far that distance itself begins to lose meaning. As you move outward, the sun slowly shrinks until it becomes a bright dot. The planets become specks of light, barely visible. Soon, even those specks fade into the darkness. You are now leaving the solar system behind, entering a region where the sun no longer feels like the center of anything. It becomes one light among many. Then something breathtaking happens. The darkness around you begins to sparkle. Tiny white points appear in every direction. They look like scattered dust at first, but each point is a star, just like the sun. Some are smaller, some are larger, some are dim. Some burn with bright, powerful light. Every star is a distant sun with its own space, its own planets, and its own mysteries. You are now floating inside the Milky Way. The Milky Way is not just a collection of stars. It is a galaxy, which means it is a gigantic island of stars, gas, dust, and invisible matter held together by gravity. If the solar system felt large, the Milky Way is beyond imagination. It contains hundreds of billions of stars. Not hundreds, not thousands, not millions, but billions. If you tried to count them one by one, counting one star every second, you would be counting for thousands of years without finishing. The Milky Way is shaped like a swirling spiral. Imagine a giant pinwheel made of stars, slowly turning in the dark. You live on one of its spiral arms, far from the center. Your entire solar system sits inside this spiral like a tiny grain of sand resting on one of the spinning blades. From where you stand on Earth, the Milky Way appears as a faint band across the night sky. But from outside, it is a vast, glowing disk stretching 100,000 light-years across. A light-year is not a measure of time. It is a measure of distance. It tells us how far light can travel in 1 year. Light moves faster than anything we know, yet even at that speed, it takes 100,000 years for light to cross the Milky Way from one side to the other. This should tell you how huge the galaxy truly is. Now imagine stepping back farther. The stars blur together. The spiral shape becomes clearer. The entire Milky Way becomes one shimmering whirl of light. From this distance, your solar system becomes invisible. Even the sun cannot be seen. Earth becomes smaller than memory. But here is the most astonishing fact. The Milky Way is not alone. It is one galaxy in a universe filled with galaxies. Millions of galaxies. Billions of galaxies. Each galaxy is an enormous island of stars, just like the Milky Way. Some are small and faint. Some are large and bright. Some are swirling spirals. Some are smooth and round. Some look like glowing clouds made of cosmic dust. The space between galaxies is even greater than the space between stars. The Milky Way has neighbors, but even its closest galaxy, Andromeda, is so far away that the light traveling from it takes more than 2 million years to reach us. When you look at Andromeda in the night sky, you are seeing it as it was 2 million years ago. The universe is so large that light itself must take ancient paths to bring us the story of what exists. Standing here, drifting between galaxies, the solar system feels small. Earth feels small. Even the Milky Way feels small. But the universe keeps going. It stretches farther than the eye can see and farther than the mind can imagine. And now, you are ready for the final step. The step that takes you beyond galaxies and into the largest structure we can ever observe. As you drift even farther away from the Milky Way, something remarkable begins to happen. The galaxy that once felt impossibly large now becomes a tiny swirl of light. It does not vanish, but it becomes only one shape among countless others. All around you, in every direction, millions of galaxies glow like distant lanterns suspended in darkness. Most of them are far too distant and faint to see without powerful instruments. But they are there, forming a quiet, breathtaking ocean of light. Each galaxy holds billions of stars. Each star may have planets. Each planet may have moons. Each moon may have unique landscapes, storms, mountains, or oceans. Yet from this distance, they all blend together into delicate dots that shimmer like grains of sand drifting across an infinite night. Now imagine stepping even farther back, not by miles, but by billions of light years. Entire clusters of galaxies begin to appear. A cluster is a gathering of galaxies bound together by gravity. Some clusters hold a few dozen galaxies. Others hold thousands. These clusters look like bright knots of stars scattered across the universe. They are not close to one another. Between each cluster lies an enormous, silent void, darker and larger than any space you have imagined so far. As you continue to drift outward, the clusters begin to arrange themselves into a pattern. Galaxies gather in long chains called filaments. These filaments stretch across space like glowing threads woven into a cosmic web. Between these glowing threads lie massive cosmic voids, empty regions where almost nothing exists. If you could hold this structure in your hands, it would look like a delicate sponge made of galaxies instead of bubbles. This giant pattern is the largest known structure in the universe. It is called the cosmic web. It stretches across billions of light years, shaping the universe into a vast network of light and emptiness. And you, your planet, your star, and your galaxy are tiny pieces of this enormous design. But the universe does not end here. The universe stretches far beyond the structures you can see. However, there is a limit to how far light has had time to reach us since the universe began. This limit is called the observable universe. It is not the whole universe. It is simply the part that light has been able to travel to us in the time that the universe has existed. The observable universe is astonishingly large. It stretches about 46 billion light years in every direction. That means light, the fastest thing in existence, would need 46 billion years to travel from one edge of this sphere to us. And that is only the part we can see. Beyond that, the universe continues, possibly forever. Imagine a giant bubble with you at the center. This bubble is not centered around Earth, because Earth is special. It is centered around you because you are the one observing it. Every person on Earth has their own bubble of observable universe with themselves at the center. This is not magic. It is simply how light reaches each observer from every direction. Inside your bubble of observation, there are galaxies older than imagination. Some of the light reaching you today began its journey long before Earth existed. It traveled through space for billions of years, crossing vast distances and cosmic structures until finally touching your eyes. When you look at the night sky, you are looking backward in time. You are seeing ancient light that carries the history of the universe. Even with every telescope, every satellite, and every scientific tool, we cannot see beyond the edge of the observable universe. Not because nothing exists beyond it, but because light from those distant places has not reached us yet. The universe is expanding. Space itself is stretching. Galaxies are moving away from one another as the fabric of the universe grows. Some galaxies move so quickly that their light will never reach us at all. This means that the true size of the entire universe may be far beyond anything we can measure. It may be infinite. It may wrap around itself in ways we cannot imagine. It may have regions that follow different laws of physics. It may hold structures and mysteries far stranger than anything we have discovered. The observable universe is only a small window into a much greater reality. Now imagine looking at all of this at once. Your room, your home, your city, your planet, your moon, your sun, your solar system, your galaxy, your cosmic web, your observable universe. Everything scales upward like nested worlds inside other worlds. Each layer is too large to understand without first stepping back to see the whole picture. And even when you see the whole picture, you discover that it is only a tiny part of something even larger. From the smallest space you know to the largest space ever seen, you have traveled through size itself. And now, standing at the edge of the observable universe, you are ready to return home with a new understanding of your place in all of this. As you return from the edges of the observable universe, everything begins to shrink again. The clusters fade, the galaxies dim, the cosmic web softens into darkness, the Milky Way becomes a swirl of faint light. The solar system returns as a handful of tiny dots around a glowing star. Earth appears once more as a small blue sphere drifting in quiet space. Then your country appears, then your city, then your home, then your room, and finally, you. You have traveled from the smallest place you know to the largest place that can be seen, and the world feels different now. Your room no longer feels like the center of everything. Earth no longer feels like the largest place you can imagine. The sun no longer feels like the brightest object in the universe. Everything has shifted because your understanding of size has grown far beyond the world you can touch. The universe is unimaginably large. It stretches across distances so vast that light itself needs billions of years to cross them. It holds more galaxies than grains of sand on all the beaches of Earth. It contains structures so gigantic that entire clusters of galaxies look like small sparks within them. And yet, in all of this incredible immensity, you exist. You may feel small when you look at the universe, smaller than dust, smaller than a whisper, smaller than a memory. But small does not mean unimportant. Small does not mean meaningless. In fact, your existence is part of the universe itself. Every atom inside your body was made in stars that lived and died long before Earth was formed. The iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, the oxygen you breathe, and the carbon that shapes your thoughts all came from ancient stars that exploded with light and force. You are not outside the universe looking in. You are made of the universe. You are part of its story. Every time you look at the night sky, you are seeing your own cosmic history. Every twinkling star is a piece of the puzzle that built you. Every galaxy is a reminder that creation is ongoing. Every beam of light crossing space carries a message from the past, and you are capable of receiving it simply by opening your eyes. Humans are small, but humans can understand. That is what makes us extraordinary. We can imagine the size of the universe, even if we cannot fully grasp it. We can ask questions that reach beyond our lifetimes. We can explore ideas that stretch further than our feet can walk. Our curiosity is the bridge between our tiny lives and the vastness of everything that exists. The universe is enormous, but so is your ability to learn, wonder, and dream. When you understand how big the universe is, you do not become smaller. You become deeper. Your view becomes wider. You carry a sense of quiet awe that follows you into each day. You began in your room. Then you stepped into your city, then onto your planet, then into the solar system, then through the Milky Way, then across the cosmic web, then all the way to the edge of sight itself. And now you have returned. The universe is big beyond imagining, but your mind is big enough to hold the idea of it. That alone makes you special. The universe is not only around you, it is inside you. And now, you understand it a little more clearly.